Man, ain't nothing like a nice bowl of cornflakes in the morning to smooth you out. Milky, cereal, baby. Milky, cereal, milky, cereal, baby. Milky, cereal. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the baddest female of them all?
Cobra Red.
She love.
Hey, what's up, you guys? That was LL Cool J Milky Cereal, one of my favorite jams as well. I want to come at you guys a lesson to be learned. I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but sometimes we forget because we are human. But we need to start treating people the way we want to be treated. And the reason why I say that, because you never know what vital part that person may play in your life. You know, you don't know what that person's position is or what they can do for you or what, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. Prime example. So, you know, I work at the hair salon, Jazzy Hair in Sherman Oaks, California. And, you know, I have a really good clientele. And one of my clients, very humble woman, you know, her kids are real, how can I say, mannerable, and she's just real humble. She doesn't dress flashy. She's, you know, really down to earth, cool person from New York. I think she's from Brooklyn. I don't even remember. But anyway, she's been coming to me about 3 months now. I've done her daughter's hair. And, you know, I hit it off with her real good. I've actually done, like, a photo shoot with her. You know, I did her hair for her photo shoot. And it was a trip because at the photo shoot, the photographer and the makeup artist really, you know, treat us like shit, you know. And it was just, that was a whole disaster. But anyway, make a long story short, she made a comment. She said, you know, those people, they don't know who I could be. You know, they was like, you know, you just can't go through life and hate on people or just, you just never know, right? She said, they don't know who I could be. And that didn't even dawn on me, because like I said, I didn't know this lady from Adam. Like, I just know she was a cool person and, you know, she's always on the go, busy or whatever. So anyway, a couple of weeks ago at the salon, you know, she came, her and her daughter, and I had her under the dryer, right? The dryers are in the back. So her car was parked right in front of the salon. So next thing you know, I heard something go, boom. So I look outside and I'm like, oh snap, somebody hit your car. So I'm running outside just in case, you know, somebody do a hit and run. I go outside to see what's going on. She come outside with big old rollers in her hair and we trying to figure out what's going on. Anyway, there was a guy on a motorcycle and his bike kind of like hit her car and it kind of went underneath her car. It wasn't no damage or anything, but her main concern, she just wanted to make sure the guy was okay. So it's all these people outside, of course. And wasn't nobody even trying to help this man with his motorcycle. He trying to pick up, mind you, he didn't hurt his leg. He got a tear in his pants, knee bleeding. So he's trying to get the motorcycle up. Because basically, I guess somebody had hit the motorcycle and it bumped into her car. So, you know, she's looking around. She's like, can somebody help this man? Like, what's going on? Like, man, it's all y'all standing outside. Y'all can't help this man pick up his motorcycle? So I run back in the salon, got some peroxide, you know, I'm putting it on his knee, you know, I'm just trying to help the man, right? So I go back into the salon, whatever, doing my thing. So after that whole ordeal, the guy comes into the salon, right? The one who we helped. He gave me his card, and he's partners of P.F. Chang's, one of the most popular, you know, restaurants in Los Angeles. So he's like, hey, you know, wherever you guys want to have dinner, it's on me. Come through, you know, bring your family, whatever. So I'm like, wow, right? So I'm thinking to myself, like, now, you know I'm black. You know I will run the bill up to 1,000. But anyway, get back to the story at hand. So then this all happened in one day. So then later on, basically it was me, her daughter, the salon owner, and another hairstylist. You know, and still in the salon. She was my last client. So she's in the back under the dryer, whatever. So, you know, I'm in the front of the salon doing whatever. Next thing you know, this person walks into the salon, this guy, and it was KRS-One, dude. I am not lying. KRS-One walks into the salon, and, you know, when I'm in the salon, I'm Amber. I'm like, hey, how can I help you? You know, I'm like real, you know, I'm not hip-hop mode. I'm basically on let's do business and let me take care of my clients. So when he walked into the salon, now you know I'm a big fan of KRS-One. I went berserky, right? I'm like, oh, what's doing this, right? Like, oh, it's KRS-One. So everybody looking at me like, so mind you, I'm like, oh my God, so he has dreadlocks. So I'm thinking he's coming to the salon to get his dreads done. I'm like, oh, how can we help you? You know, he's like, my wife and daughter is here. And I was like, so I'm looking back and I'm like, that's my client's husband. So he walks back there and I feel like such a geek, right? I'm like, oh my God, I just really embarrassed myself. Like, she did not tell me that was her husband. All this time I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have to slide this idea. So, you know, after I met him, whatever, he left, and I asked her, I said, why you didn't tell me that was your husband? Like, I really look like a dang on idiot. She's, you know, her and her daughter was laughing. They were like, don't even worry about it. She was like, well, I didn't know. She said, I wanted to tell you, but I asked my daughter, like, should I tell Amber that that's my husband? And her daughter was like, oh, she's not going to know who he is. I said, I ain't going to know who he is. A legend in the hip-hop game, I ain't going to know who he is. They didn't know, right? So I'm like, oh my God, why you didn't tell me that was your husband? She was like, well, you know, I don't really tell, you know, she's real, you know, private. She don't tell people her business. Like I said, she's very humble, just a very sweet, down-to-earth person. So she was like, you know, I just want people to know me for me. I don't want some people, they act differently once they find out that that's, you know, her husband. So, you know, I was like, wow, like I'm such a big fan of him. And, you know, she put me on the phone with him and I was like, I'm so sorry I went berserky on you, but wow, you know, I'm just such a big fan of yours. And he was like, you know, no, it's no problem. That's love, you know. And, you know, they invited me to his show that night at the Shrine. And, you know, I was just ecstatic, like, yes, like, wow. I haven't seen KRS-One perform since Unity. People that's from Los Angeles that grew up in my era, I'm pretty sure they know the Unity underground concerts that used to crack. So I'm like ecstatic. But anyway, to make a long story short, through that whole day, you know, and even that's what and even when his wife had, you know, even talked to me after that, she was like, you know, that's why when them people did that to us and treated us like we were nothing at the photo shoot, you know, that's why I said they never know who I could be, you know, like they treat me like shit on the rope and they don't know who I could be. And she was like, you know how much business I could have gave that lady, you know, just because of my husband, you know. And I was just like, wow, like at the end of the day, the moral of the story is treat people the way you want to be treated because you never know who you're dealing with. So that's the end. I know that was a pretty long story, but I had to give it to y'all. Like, so just remember it on your day-to-day basis. Peace, love, and remember, looking fabulous is essential. Bringing you Amber, a.k.a. Cobra Red, and I'm out.